Hello, and a little bit of a different vlog today. I'm going to show you how to get to Wonderland on one of the most complicated and honestly frustrating transit systems known to man. I've been on transit systems in Hong Kong, London, Paris, Chicago, New York, LA, Morocco, the list goes on, and I have to say that the Toronto transit system is one of the most challenging. Now, that being said, you actually can get to Wonderland relatively easy from Union Station, where I am right now. Now, if you get to this point, you pretty much have the longest trip to get to the park, since we're pretty much the most south of it that you can get. But that being said, you can get to the other junction point, which would be Bloor Station or St. George, and shorten your trip, which I'll cover in a moment. So let's start this vlog from Union Station. Say you're coming on a train from out of town, or you're coming from the airport on the UP Express. This is the part where you would change trains to get onto the TTC. So that's what we're going to do now. So follow me along while we take the journey. So carrying forward from what I said, you go down these stairs, which leads you to the underground of Union Station, of which if you look online, you'll find many funny memes about this particular reconstruction project because it's been kind of endless. But anyway, we're going to the TTC, which you take the concourse in the lower level. As you can see, there's a lot of reconstruction going on. This is the official TTC logo, so this is what you want to get to. The signs are pretty clearly marked in this area, despite the construction. They're getting closer to being done now. And then you emerge into the finished portion of the TTC station of Union, which is very nice. It's got 3 platforms. It's a little bit chaotic if you're here during any type of rush hour or traffic, because it's a very small space, and it's pretty much the main junction for 3 different transit systems. So it can be a bit of a challenge to navigate at times. You can get a GO Transit bus from here, which is located on the other side on the east exit of Union Station. So if you're coming from places like Hamilton or the north of Toronto, etc. So basically the greater Toronto area, you're going to be coming from that side, which is the east side. And then you come in and you get onto the TTC, which is right behind me here. It's pretty clearly marked. You can pretty much obviously know where you're going to get onto the transit system. It's pretty well marked. These green arrows in this modern system known as Presto, the main way that you pay to get on the TTC now. You can use cash, but they're making it quite inconvenient for you to use cash now. Sweat meter is on high because it's a pretty humid day today. So we're gonna just get on the transit, and then I will join you on the train afterwards. Another tip, if you have a transfer, you can kind of skip this confusing line here, because these people will take up some of your time. But we got a transfer, so we're just going through. They do run an honors system here on the TTC, so at the end of the day, as long as you've paid your fare, you can pretty much get straight onto any streetcar and subway if the gates are open. You want University Line 1, which is the northbound to Vaughan. If you know where Wonderland is, you know that we want to be going to Vaughan anyway. So you have the map here. We are currently down here, and we're going to take this line all the way up to the very last stop. That is about a 30-kilometer trip, I believe, so it's not short. It actually makes up the bulk of our journey, but at the same time, it's the most modern part of the TTC. The cars are new, as you'll see, so it's actually pretty pleasant and easy, and it's also not a frequently traveled line either. going to get you the closest to your next transfer point, which is going to be upstairs. I'm not going to cut out, I'm just going to ride this out, so you'll see how to actually get there without me really commentating on it either. So yeah, let's see how to get to the next point, which is so we're going on a York Region transit system, which is just north of Toronto. It's the next jurisdiction north of Toronto. It is called the Viva service. The Viva service is pretty extensive. It also costs, for the trip that we're about to take, $4 for the journey, which is going to be only a 20-minute journey, somewhere around maybe, I think it's like 4 to 5 kilometers.
Arriving at Vaughan Metropolitan Center.
4 to 5
Metropolitan
kilometers
Center Station.
to our next point.
This is a terminal station.
But we just traveled 30 kilometers on the TTC for $3.25. So if you get a Presto card, those fares actually are much cheaper. I believe it's about 20% less overall. I'll just pop it up on the screen right now, what it actually is a Presto fare and what it is versus just doing it by cash in a TTC fare. There you go. So now we're going to actually head out because we've arrived at the terminus station, which is Vaughan Metropolitan Center. So let's go upstairs. We got quite a climb to get out of this station. Also the newest part of the Toronto transit system. It is about a year old, a little bit over that. The stations, to be honest with you, are beautiful on this line. It's probably like the jewel in the crown when it comes to the TTC. And because this section is newer, the service I found is a lot more frequently reliable than it is in other parts of the city as well. Be always on the lookout for those that don't know where they're going, and if you've watched this vlog, you will know where you're going. So go right out of the exit that I just took there, as you see behind me. Now we're going to go up another level to the actual point where we catch the Viva train. So, for example, there's a lot of people that are either confused with the fact that I'm filming this, or just don't know where it is that they're going. But that's Toronto for you. Everybody wants attention. The roof of this building is quite impressive. It's actually a gorgeous construction. All the stations on this line are really unique and really a step above. Whew. Just finished that stair climb. 5 stories. It's a bit of... I really got to get on my cardio. Anyway, enough about that. So we're outside now, and this is the... So where we are is really in the heart of Vaughan, which is a relatively large suburb of Toronto. As you can see, the station is right behind me here, and this is where we're going to come back on the journey back. The Viva service that you want is the Jane Street line. Canada's Wonderland is located on Jane Street. It's about 4 to 5 kilometers, as said, north of where we are right now. The Jane Street bus, the code is 20. You want the direction, even though it's called Jane Street, the actual title on the bus itself says Teston Road. Teston Road is where you want to go, because that is the northbound Jane Street bus. It is line 20. I'll show you a picture of it once it arrives as well. So this is your stop here. You have 4 signs posted, as you can see, York Region Transit. Come back, you can see this was actually the spot that I was at just pointing out earlier. I don't know what it is about this stop, but every single time I've been here 5 times this year, and it's been the exact same weather. Overcast, slightly rainy, muggy, depressing, but whatever. I don't know, maybe that's just a precursor to what's to come, but I've never seen the sun when I've been at this location. I don't know, maybe you would. Comment down below if you have a different experience than I do. Further to this, Viva only takes cash or Presto on the buses, so you have to have exact change if you want to get on the bus. And I just realized a second ago that it didn't have exact change. So I'm going to intercut it with the Presto situation downstairs in the main terminal, because that's how I actually got my change, because I actually bought change off of another customer that was using the Presto service to recharge the card. I do have Presto card, but I didn't bring it here today, so I'm doing it organically with coin. So yeah, you do need to be prepared for that, so make sure you've got your 2 toonies or your 4 loonies to get onto the bus, or even just your 4 toonies and 8 loonies, or which combination you want for your round trip, because you will need that on the way back. Also, the wait time for the bus here has always been a bit longer. I don't know why, but every time I've taken the bus on the way back, it's literally been there whenever I've been at the stop. Like, I've never waited longer than a couple of minutes there. We've been here 10 minutes or so, and it's already still no sign of the bus to come. That being said, every time I've been at this stop, you might meet fellow Canada's Wonderland or Canada's Wonderland employees, because if you're here early enough, pretty much the entire bus is just them. So yeah, if you're getting here early, you're kind of on the employee shuttle in a way. So hopefully the bus arrives soon, and we'll show you bits of that.
Next stop, Lock and Chain.
Okay, so again, I can't emphasize more the importance of having the exact change. Some of the drivers are more forgiving than others, but if you're watching this, you should be prepared for that, so that way you actually can get on the bus. So we're just about to head to Vaughan Mills, which is a massive, oversized, big box shopping mall. The bus actually goes into the transfer point for the mall first. So if you're looking for, if you're actually coming back from the park or going to the park and you want to actually visit this mall, which it's got a lot of interesting stuff in it. It's got a Bass Pro, a lot of bigger unique stores that have interesting decorum. There's a Legoland very near, built into it as well. It's really a kids-focused, smaller version of Legolands that you get in Europe. Yeah, so you can actually do that, stop there, and then your trip to Wonderland after that is really only about a 5-minute trip from the terminal. So we're going to turn into that, and I'll join you back at the stop for Wonderland. Further to that, you need to get onto platform 8 at Vaughan Mills to get back onto the northbound bus to Wonderland, which I said is a 5-minute trip. So yeah, we're heading away from there now. This is the bus. The bus is actually a double extended version, but there's a myth about Canada that there's a lot of courtesy. Toronto is not part of that equation, because having just been in China, it's very orderly and everybody respects their space and line. Getting on this bus, you've got 2 different lines that merge. For example, there was a gentleman that just got out of the subway when I was about to get onto the bus and tried to butt in ahead of me, which he did, and then he said, "Oh, you can go ahead." Well, I was there first, so I don't understand why I needed his permission to go ahead of him. So that's Toronto, just so you know. Okay, so we're getting off the bus. The stop you want is Norwood Avenue. You do not want the one before it. You want Norwood Avenue. There's a St. Louis Bar and Grill that's located on the intersection of the stop that you want to get off. And to be honest, a good tip, if you save yourself some time and want to get a meal after your experience at Wonderland, then you can just basically cross the parking lot, because there's Wonderland, and get a much better deal at St. Louis Bar and Grill. The beers will be cheaper. It's not great, you know, we're talking like TGA Fridays type of quality stuff, or well, anyone from Toronto is going to know what to expect from this particular chain. But it's there's also a bunch of other, there's a Subway, there's all sorts of other retail opportunities and food opportunities in the plaza directly across from Wonderland. When I first started coming to this park, this was just a field. Like, as far as you could see, a long time ago, there was nothing out here. It is completely developed all the way around now. So you don't really, if you want to save a buck, have to necessarily consign yourself to food that's in Wonderland. There are other opportunities around as well. So as I said, most of the Wonderland employees, they stay on the bus because the employee entrance is actually one stop north of the stop that we just got off of. So don't follow the Wonderland employees because they are going to a completely different area. So as you cross the street, as I just did, you are now in the Wonderland parking lot. And based on the amount of cars that are here, I'm not doing a vlog in the park necessarily today, except sort of catching up on a couple of bits that I have for some bigger, more insightful videos that I have planned. But it also looks like I'm going to get a lot of re-rides today. The conditions here are damp because it's been raining all afternoon. So we're going to get some fast rides. Leviathan's been running amazing the last time I was here, and I'm hoping to get more of the same experience because it looks like it is running pretty damn decent once again. All good. And we got a fan over there. Coaster Daft, check it out. Go Raptors! Go Raps, go Raps, go! Go Raps, go! Game 6! So yeah, as you probably can figure out, it is Game 6 of the NBA Final as well tonight. So I'm gonna do my little park thing, and then I'm gonna head back to town because the game's not on until 9 anyway. So just a couple steps from where I was, you are now at the front entrance of Wonderland, ready to begin your day. It's a very empty day here, which is great. So I'm gonna get a lot of rides, but yeah, hopefully you're able to get here much more conveniently based on this vlog. It's not a short trip. It takes about somewhere in the range of an hour and a half to 2 hours depending on delays. There was a delay on the TTC. So, you know, at the end of the day, you will probably need to budget out about a 2-hour trip. I have tried to get here a few times on public transit for the actual opening of the gates, but it's just, you'd have to go through rush hour traffic on the TTC to get here, which might actually make the journey a bit longer. So yeah, I've never been able to manage it yet. I honestly think I have to get up at 7 in the morning just to, actually 6 in the morning just to accomplish it. Leviathan is coming up behind me. I'm looking forward to getting some rides on this today because it is running stupendously this year, and it being a slightly damp day, I'm expecting big things. So I'm just gonna head right over there and get on this coaster and enjoy my day. And I will have a brief little blurb about getting back, just to wrap this all up and then sign off. So if you're coming to Wonderland and you've seen this vlog, enjoy your day, and I hope this has been a help to you. Have a good one. Okay, so just to wrap things up here for your journey back, the park is just behind me, and you just make your way to the passenger pickup drop-off area across this nice little hill, which used to be in my youth the hill that I sat on waiting for Mom to pick you up after the park. It was a spot that many kids, and I'm sure to this day, sit waiting for their parents to pick them up from a day at the park. But you come across on the other side of the hill, which is the opposite side of the street, and the bus stop is here. So you're going to take James southbound, same line, 20. Now this time, as it approaches, you can see it. This bus is actually going to be going to Pioneer Village is the final stop. Pioneer Village is also another stop on the TTC line. So if you wanted to take it one stop further, i.e. miss a stop on your journey back, you can do that through this service. So you get on the bus, it's the same thing, it's $4 to get your way back. You're going to go back to Vaughan Mills and just basically return your journey. So we're back here at Vaughan Mills. Another train's coming in the station. This is a terminus station, as I said before, but yeah, there's only one direction to go, so this will be the end of your journey for me, because wherever it is that you're going back to in Toronto, you can only go south from here. So yes, again, I hope you enjoyed this vlog detailing how to get
Please
to
stand
Wonderland and
clear of
back
the doors.
by public transit, and I hope it helps you out on your journey.